Yes, I'm very sad. No, I'm very sad. Yes, I'm very sad. Because this shit game disconnected me! I saw it! I saw it! I saw... Yeah, Daniel hadn't been. No, I saw it all. I saw it all. In the same lap that I disconnected, Zhao got dirty aired by Faizan, and P1 and 2. Faizan. Anyway, good evening, everybody. Welcome to F3 with myself and Daryl. Daryl's also driving for the schneer, as we would say in Ireland. I don't know who we're. I think we're missing one or two people. I think Mason Piper and Matthew Heaney have not joined for some reason. Oh no, Matthew Heaney is here. So where is Mason Piper? Oh, it's been a stressful life. It's a stressful life. Anyway, Armin Lewandowski, first driver to set a time in the 127s. Charlie Gordon? No, not Charlie Gordon. Charlie something. Who's Nicky Lauda again? Oh, this is Charlie Gordon. Daryl getting. I think it's Alex. Is it Alex? No, it's not Alex. In fairness, I think it's. I think in the McLaren, was it? I think it's Armin. Then yeah, it was Armin. Armin Lewandowski, known as one of the more controversial figures in F3 this season. Camel chose him as a teammate. Questionable choice by our goated standings editor. And Yeast has a Japan setup on, not a Singapore setup. Well, it's between Callum Ronaldinho and I think Brzezinski, Mick Schumi. Without his teammate or partner in crime, lover, so part-time lover, I think, Callum Ogden. But yeah, it's between those three. They've shown some great pace. As Matthew Heaney does indeed go fastest. Matea's Junior, what's his name? I'm tired, man. I'm just sitting here reflecting on life. Oh man, I don't want to talk about F5. I really don't. I really don't. I'm so disgusted. You know, a few seasons ago, my teammate and myself at the time, Jack Bailey. Some of you in ERO would know Jack, very legendary figure in ERO. Probably the greatest commentator we ever had. Me and him spent the whole week practicing because we wanted to win the constructors, and it was a wet race. We had an incredible quality 1-2. We led half the race, and it had some of the worst rain we've both ever seen in a game. Like, there was a thunderstorm and everything. And then coming up to turn, let's have a look here on my track map. I think it was turn. Where's the DRS? Right. Turn 14, which is the right-hander. You know where the new section is. Yeah, and he just missed his breaking point, brought me straight into a wall. Bit of Ero heritage, that is, though. That's a bit of Ero heritage, because the two of us were shit all season. We always said we're going to do well in Singapore, because like Singapore is my best track, and he was very strong here too. And he ended up killing me, and the rest was history. And it's been repeated this evening. No, Lex Hod's typing in the comments. It's been repeated this evening when I disconnected, couldn't join back in because the game is shit, and Zhao literally binned the car under Faizan's smelly, dirty air in the same lap. Oh, what is Lex saying now? I don't even know. I didn't want to read your comments today, Lex. Hi, Zealand. I would not give a penny to drive in this deal. It's a good thing we didn't ask you for a penny, isn't it? Fucking hell. Justice for Lex. Lex Hod is the most chaotic neutral person in ERO, probably after Yeast. As we're currently riding on board with Camel going through turn 1s and 2s and 3s, wherever the hell he is now. Car's in second gear, it should be in third. Into the tricky turn 4. I think it is. Is it turn 4? Yeah, whatever. Turn 5, whatever. I don't care. I'm done for this evening. Going around the kink that is turn 6. I think Daryl's cracking open a beer. I think he's the right thing to do on a Friday evening. Now to turn 7. Now this is where it gets a bit technical in this track. Sector 2 is where you make all the time or you lose all the time. As Sparrow Maltby is only trying to log into the Ero YouTube now at 7:45. Oh, I've just had it today. I've just had it. Between annoying patients and then this shit, I've just had it. Alex, I'm not telling you about my day because it was annoying. It was stressful. Everyone just got toothaches. Who the hell is this guy? Eddie. Oh, God. Oh, I'm leaving that to Bastian. Yeast is requesting to move to F4. Well, you can keep requesting, Macaulay. Well, Alex did nothing wrong. Justice for Alex, as they would say. Justice for Alex. Where is it? Who's behind you? Oh, Bastian. Okay. Bastian, who got taken out early in F5. Zuchol, who actually won in F5 provisionally. We'll see what happens there. Provisionally, I said. He crossed the line first. Yeah, standard. Cannot park there is right. Where are you, Daryl? Oh, you're going through Tesco Corner, as Ronson calls it. I don't know why Matthew calls this. This used to be the old Singapore sling, but Matthew calls this the Tesco Corner or some shit. And this corner now, where you're coming up to down here, this is exactly where, in the rain, that you have to brake so much earlier. Jack just missed it and literally punted me into the wall where you're passing by now. The Swiss stag. Oh, speaking of being in the wall, Mateus Ronaldinho Jr. I'm gonna have to call him another name. I should call him Ronaldo or something. Yeah, like Fat Ronaldo. Yeah. Well, I mean, if Kamil Plizhakinski is Ronaldinho, he has to be Fat Ronaldo. I think that's just the best way to describe him. Anyway, Fat Ronaldo has spun and is going through turn 5 right now. So far, the top 4 haven't really set up the world alight with these times. We're in the high 127s. This is slow. Matei is retired. Again, I think he's still serving quali bans or whatever. I think this is the last of his quali bans. Even at 100 this season. Yeah, as Mr. Karas is going to start his next lap. The two Williamses almost killed each other today in Bahrain. Going through... they almost killed each other. Just before the second last turn, before the penultimate corner in Bahrain, you know, the long swooping right-hander, they just almost went straight into the back of each other. One, I think Albon went straight into the back of Sainz almost, and they had to like basically duck out last second to go off the track. So, bit of Williams chaos going on at the moment as we see. Speaking of Ronaldinho, and then speaking of Callum Morris, who's shown some great pace. He's up to P1. Is Brzezinski going to set a lap? I better poke him and annoy him. Hold on a second here. Let's just poke the bears, Daryl says. Oh, who did you block? Oh, has he? Oh, God. I'm confused here. Daffy Jones has given some real interesting reports. Well, he's in the right place. What do you mean that's not so not fair? How is it not fair? Well, what? Apparently, it's not fair that Daffy, I'm assuming his name is David in Welsh, needs the full race director to get a penalty removed. That is the rules. But, and then it's the wrong lap he's reported as well. Yeah. I don't even know who stewards F5 anymore. I think it's Giuseppe. Since Joseph Hearn and Kieran Allison decided to like just disappear. Mm. Oh god. Where is Lex? Why is Lex not making any more comments? He's gone awfully quiet. I wonder why. As Lex and Zima are flirting with each other in the comments. Ah, yes, Giuseppe. Hello, sir. Ciao. Are you not racing in F4 right now? Oh, Lex is here. Oh, God. Anyway, getting back to the action on track, Calla with 127.153 is the time to beat. Somehow, Armin Lewandowski's in P2. We'll see what happens there. This is breaking news in ERO. As he's about to set another lap on. Just commentate and not look at your phone. Lex, go and study and get a job, man, okay? Just earn some money and then come back to me. Lex is probably like son of a billionaire or something. It's going to be max safety cars in F5, in F4 and F3. That should have been the bet. If there was any race that didn't hit max safety cars, Bronxon could have been admin. That could have been the fair bet. Anyway, so not many drivers out on track. Mr. Callas is currently on, I think he's on a lap. It looks like he is, yeah. As he comes up to turn 5, you have to be careful not to invalidate there. It's one of the few places you can get a track limits warning on this track. DRS wide open on the run down to the exit of Sector 1, which is also known as Turn 7. Also known as Memorial Corner around here. What is memorable around this bloody corner? Has he invalidated? No, somehow he hasn't. Have to be careful here. You can either cut the curb or cut the corner as much as possible, or you don't touch the curb at all. If you do something in the middle, you will lose a lot of time there. Now, coming into the old Singapore sling area. It depends how brave you want to be in that corner too. A lot of potential cutting of curbs here in this track and cutting of corners. Bashi, the ERS is already showing you frog. Lex, what did you study? Everybody can review Lex's life choices here on stream. Now, coming up to turn... Yes, especially with the handling in this game. Especially with the handling. Axel Foley has retired. He set the world ablaze at a 141. And it's going to be P7 for Mr. Karas Anatoni. Not good enough for now. It's 30 seconds to go in qualifying. Callum Morris looking to go that bit faster. He's starting his final lap into turn 1 in 4th gear. Narrowly avoids that, invalidating there into turn 2. And turn 3 comes up there. Good exit. Armin is retired from the session, so he's not going to be challenging for the lead. So it's between Callum, Ronaldinho and Matthew Heaney. And what is going to be the Englishman's time? Physiotherapy. I actually need a physio, Lex. My neck's quite sore from work. Oh, you must be... Oh! That's Callum Morris's last lap done. Now the pressure goes on to the Polish man in the Red Bull as he goes through turn 5. Smurfing. Bashy. Kamil Blazhikinski goes P5. Yeast goes P6 after bitching that he should be in F4. Blazhikinski doesn't set a lap time because he's soft. Now, what can Ronaldinho do here? Fat Ronaldo is currently in P7. He's marginally up on his time as he's entering the second half of Sector 2. As he's slinging his way here underneath the arch into the heaviest braking zone on the track. Misses the apex there by quite a bit. I am not having you massage me legs. No thank you, sir. Matej is taking the piss out of Breeze, saying nice pole to him, even though Matej can't even set a lap time. Anyway, Ronaldinho is going to cross the line first, then it will be Fat Ronaldo. So it's going to be Ronaldinho, then Fat Ronaldo, 2 Brazilians. Anyway, round the final corner, and it's going to be in the 27s for Ronaldinho, but it is going to be pole. Can Fat Ronaldo challenge him? No, he can go P3. And Darrell, last across the line, does not improve. And that's qualifying done and dusted here. F4 is also on the way currently, with Sparrow on comms. I think Rogero might be with them as well. He has. Andre said he lost 4 tenths on that fucking curb. Which curb he's talking about, we don't know. There's a few of them on this track. Yeast has sent a gif of a piano. I don't know why, but very good, Macaulay. Anyway, just to end up qualifying, Ronaldinho in P1, Callum Morris in P2, Fat Ronaldo in P3, that's his new name there. Armin Lewandowski in P4, Matthew Heaney P5, Camel 6, Yeast 7th, Charlie Gordon 8th, Mr. Karras in 9th, Zuchol in 10th, that was quiet, Darrell in 11th, Alex in 12th, Axel Foley in 13th, and the rest of the grid, whatever. Twice. Looks like no rain so far, as we see every team's beautiful front wings ready to be out there and replaced. Did it? Oh, rain is interesting in some respects, but yeah, it's just the traction as well. It helps, doesn't it? Yes, Rogero is on comms in F4. Anyway, we're about to get underway for round 6 in F3. It's the Brazilian 1-2. Oh, it's not Brazilian 1-2, but anyway, they're away in racing. It looks like one of the McLarens gets away very well at the start. The Callum not going to challenge Ronaldinho for the lead. Fat Ronaldo on the outside, looking to take P2. He's fighting Callum Morris. England versus Poland here, going through turn 3. It looks to be quite clean from the two of them. No deaths just there. Yeast and Camel fighting further down the field for P6. Brzezinski and Bastian fighting this. Oh, Bastian's had a nightmare of a start. Back-to-back races where he's had turn 1 incidents. Not very good for him. Matej up to P13, Axel Foley down to P14, Darrell comfortably sitting in P12. He's in a bit of a pack here at the moment. Someone's been ghosted. Someone's dropping down. It's Armin Lewandowski. The two McLarens side by side going through each other. And there's a V-carb. Apparently Darrell's taken Alex out. That's not good. As Yeast is gone. He's lost in a very unorthodox place. And safety car has not been deployed. Only a VSC. And race is temporarily paused. Ronaldinho, Callum, then Fat Ronaldo. Well, nobody really changed too much positions there. Matthew Heaney in P4, Mr. Karras in P5, Lewandowski in P6, Camel in P7, and Charlie and Suchal's up one place. Good man, Suchal. As Armin Lewandowski is apparently the culprit for another incident this season. Mr. Karras, Matej, both the biggest beneficiaries, up 4 positions each. Then Brzezinski up 3, Bastian up 1, even though because he had that unfortunate incident, he is catching the rest of the pack. He's probably got wing damage as well. It's hard to see if he does. It doesn't look like it. And Alex Theodore down 3 positions. Everyone goes nice and slow under VSC conditions here. Just because you don't want to get a drive-through, it's very easy to do so. Notice that in F5 as well. Armin Lewandowski, literally every week he's getting involved in incidents. And we're back in racing here just to check the tyres that everybody's on. Everyone on the mediums apart from Brzezinski and Bastian. Zuchol fighting with his Polish countryman. And it's a Polish 7, 8 and 9 at the moment as Matej right behind. So Eastern Europe really dominating here. Ero right behind all these, waiting just to pick up the pieces as Callum Morris has left the session. Let's try and get him back in ASAP. Oh, I'm after inviting the wrong person. I've invited Callum anyway. And fingers and Matej fighting here, and I think Matej is going to get the move. Just about done he is. Unfortunately for Darrell, as Callum is dropping like a stone at the moment. Zuchol now down to 10th again. As Matej up 2 places already in the last 3 or 4 corners. Ronald, it's a Brazil 1-2 at the moment here. It's a Brazilian 1-2. Matthew Heaney, who's shown some decent pace in spurts at the this season, he's now in P3, and can he hold that for a while? Bashi wants a protest against Lewandowski. I think Armin might have to move tiers here. He's causing a bit of terrorism every week. Anyway. Further down the field, Vingers and Zuchol fighting for P9 as they go side by side. You see a beautiful helicopter cam, and there's a Red Bull of Axel Foley right on the diffuser of Zuchol here, waiting in the wings. Callum said he's still trying to get back into the lobby. This is a bit of a disaster for him. It's exactly what happened to me in F5. But look, these things happen. We move Vries down to P14, and Yeast has left. Okay. Yeah, he did DNF. He did indeed. And at the moment, Charlie Gordon now and Mr. Karras fighting side by side into the penultimate corners here. In Sector 3, here we go. Williams very close to the back of the Aston Martin here. I think Charlie's just a bit braver in that final quarter, just lifting a little less. Bashi wants the RS, I forgot. Williams is going to have to follow nicely behind here until he gets his next chance to attack in a few corners' time. Going through turn 5 now, as you can see the mirrors. Oh, as Charlie has a bit of a wobble there in the exit of 5. Is Karras going to be able to capitalise on that? He's gaining rapidly here. Is he going to make a move further up the field? The 2 Alpines switching position. Fat Ronaldo and Matthew Heaney. Nothing done there. And Mateus, I did as soon as he thingy. You might have to invite him, yeah. Apparently Giuseppe, as Fat Ronaldo's crashed in the arch section. That's going to be very tough to get the car back. Oh, he's done it quite well there. Oh, Fat Ronaldo done a P8. Further up the field, Ronaldinho being closely kept here by Matthew Heaney. He's not breaking away. Charlie Gordon 3 seconds off the pace. Callum has joined the lobby. Hopefully gets into his car. Hopefully. That's the goal here. Further down the field, what is happening? Zuchal up to P14, overtaking Callum. Callum's dropped from P1 or whatever he was, P2, all the way down to the back. That is heartbreaking for him. As the race begins to slowly settle down here, it doesn't seem to be as much carnage in F3 as there was in F5. Singapore, always an interesting track on the Ero calendar. Always brings an interesting race with some interesting results, should we say. DRS wide open here for Axel Foley as he's closing in on the Ferrari on the run into turn 7. It's the move done. So, Fat Ronaldo, has he got his wing? He does have his... How does he have his wing? That wing surely has damage. And the two McLarens very close to one another here. And Armin's going to have DRS here on Camel. Unless something drastically changes. It doesn't. Armin will have DRS on this next straight. Further back up the field, the Ireland versus Poland is really heating up now as Matthew really closing into the back of Camel. Ronaldinho having a wobbly exit there on the penultimate corner, and that's going to leave him quite exposed here as Matthew comes here, and he's probably going to get a track limit warning for that. He's gaining. Doesn't make the move into turn 1, going through 2 and 3 now. Need to avoid that inside curb, that he does so. And he gets a decent enough exit there. He's gaining again on Ronaldinho. If he can get a good exit here at a 5, he'll attack him. Mateus gets a 3-second time penalty. So Fat Ronaldo with 3 seconds. And here he comes for the lead into turn 7. And it looks like that's it. Alpi, but he's gone wide. Axel's crashed. Okay. He has crashed. No safety card as of yet in this race. Only a VSC. As Callum is back in the lobby and he is on the way on the charge back up as Brzezinski, who's not been, he hasn't shown great pace here at all. He's actually quietly just done nothing. He's in P13. Interesting. As now Ronaldinho now playing the role of cat in this game of Tom and Jerry between himself and Matthew. Charlie Gordon not really making many strides, and he's got Mr. Karras right behind him, keeping him company. Camel then has Armin keeping him company. Matei in a world of his own. Fat Ronaldo in the world of his own. Daryl in the world of his own. Alex and the rest of the gap all are in the world of their own. However, P1 has changed hands yet again now. The Red Bull coming up on top. But here comes Charlie Gordon out of nowhere almost. Making a move as well on Matthew, who was a bit exposed without DRS. And just like that, Ronaldinho back up to the lead and at nearly a 2-second gap. Mr. Gordon, who pulled off a beautiful one-stop race in the Miami Hard Tires Band event. He's closing in now. And he's got a bit of company behind him too. Camel has seemingly dropped Armin. And Matei is right on the back of Armin here. Alex Theodore kind of sitting down in 10th by himself with his penalty and everything else. Not really doing a whole lot. Poor Alex. Further up the field, the closest battle here seems to be P2 to P4, where Charlie Gordon has DRS, so does Mr. Karras. They're both gaining on Matthew, but not enough to make a move there. I think most of the moves in this track are going to be made into turn 7. As Matei is just driving through. What are these two guys doing? Matei and Armin just literally driving through each other for some reason. One of them's ghosted. McLaren was ghosted. I don't know what was that. was a bit peculiar to say the least. Anyway, there's going to be a crash between these two, so we'll stick with them just for now. Nothing as of yet, but it's going to happen as Armin just understeers there heavily in turn 3. Yeah. And they both have bad exits to turn 5 there. And Fat Ronaldo is closing down the gap, as Daryl has just said. Daryl also closing down the gap. Further back up the field, the top two have caught up to Ronaldinho and both have DRS. Yeah, we're expecting people to pit around lap 12 to 15. Armin closing into the back of Matej here, into the Romanian driver. Hasn't made contact yet as he just drifts around that corner. Handling the tyre degradation very well now, the Polishman. And he's losing a bit of time, even with DRS. Further up the field, Matthew has lost a lot of time to Ronaldinho, and Charlie Gordon is still right on the back of him. It is all happening at the moment here. Little pockets of fighting, and then you've got drivers kind of having their own little world here. Charlie Gordon, main straight, DRS wide open. He's not going to make a move into turn 1, but if he can keep close enough here for these next few corners, as you can just see yet again, the dirty air affecting someone into turn 3. Someone's off. It's the McLaren. As we said, it was either going to be himself or Matej as he's... Oh my god. I don't know what he did, but he's just parked the car in the middle of the track, and he's got a damaged front wing, and he's just after getting DSQ'd. I don't know what he was doing there. Quality stuff from the premier terrorist in F3. Still no safety car. That would be the good. You're in the safety car window for the hard tires now, or for the medium tires now. As Charlie Gordon is still very close to the back of the Irishman in the Alpine. So at the moment it's Poland, Ireland, England, Poland again, Romania, Poland again, UK, Romania again, and the UK in the top 10. Poland being it's Callum and Alex there fighting, and Callum just having a little swipe of Alex's rear right tire. Poland being the most probably represented nation in this tier at this rate. Bastian closing into the back of Callum now. It's all going to happen here. Is Alex and Callum fighting into turn 1. Alex is a bit of a sitting duck. He's going to have to give the position up to one driver. Will he lose it to a second? No. Callum goes a bit wide in turn 2, but keeps the position for now. Also, you see Brzezinski waiting in the wings. Further up the field, Charlie Gordon has made his way past Matthew Heaney at long last. He's been following for quite some time, and he's rapidly closing in on Ronaldinho as well. If he can get within DRS here, will Camel be vulnerable? That is the question. Alex and Callum fighting yet again now. Alex back up to P9. Loads of drivers with penalties. 6 drivers already with time penalties. Zuchal, after winning in F5, is currently riding last in F3. I can't believe Zuchal. Every time Zuchal wins a race, it's because of something I do. And I know that sounds very arrogant or whatever. I think I think Zuchal has about 6 or 7 wins now, as Brzezinski and Vries are fighting. And every time he's won, I've either disconnected, the game has bugged me, I've made a mistake, I've DNF'd. Every single time. Ask him after this race, and he'll tell you himself. Tonight was the night. I'm telling you, tonight was the night. David wasn't there, Mark wasn't there, Bastian blew up in lap 1. I had my own struggles. Zhao lost the car. Faisen DNF'd. Bjorn got P4 or P5. And here we see Brzezinski and Alex fighting. Max now up to P10. Maybe he's finally woken up on those hard tyres. The hard runners don't seem to be making any headway against the medium runners for now. Yeah, they really are. That rear right is really going to deg at this point. You're going to feel it quite heavily. As Callum going quite wide there. Callum texted me earlier on in the week, feels he can win this tier, he can win the championship. I got the cursed text, what are the prizes for this season? Anyone who's ever asked that question has never won a tier, may I just add. Anyone who's ever asked that. It's a very, very cursed question. It's a very poison pill. And here we see Callum right on the back of Daryl's car. And you think he's going to get the move done with DRS, or is Daryl going to be able to defend it? He's not. No, I can't. And who else is fighting now? Not really yet. That Matthew's got a 3-second time penalty, but himself now and Charlie very close to the back of Camelo here, less than a second separating the top three. Is that going to let Mr. Carras come back into things here? Are they going to all hold each other up? As Fat Ronaldo is the first of the medium runners to pit. Oh God, is Brzezinski, yes. Oh, why is he pit? Unless he's changing his wing. Which he's not. Right, so, I don't know, maybe Max feels he can do 20 laps on the mediums. Yeah. So the first of the pairs has happened now. We'll see where they come out now in relation to the rest of the field. We'll see how strong the undercut is to the rest of the field. As Mateus, we'll see now, he started at 14.5 and he's gaining rapidly actually. He's gained half a second so far. Well, now he's not gaining for some reason. Yeah, he is gaining. He's gained about half a second from that pit. Yeah, so the fresh hard tyres is a massive undercut. As Ronaldinho must be listening to the stream, he's come in immediately now and he's stuck on the hard tyres looking to undercut his competitors, I think, because it seems to be extremely strong. Yeast apologises for his language barrier in his report on Armin. I don't think you have the one with the language barrier, Macaulay. Well, anyway. So Ronaldinho into the pits. His teammate also into the pits, Axel Foley. Where is Fat Ronaldo, though, in relation? He's gained a second and a half so far. Is he going to gain any more time? Wow. Brzezinski has a bad track record here. A bit of a dirty driver at times when he wants to be. Bastian up to P6, Alex up to P6, Bastian up to P6, Alex up to P6. These two playing Ring Around the Rosie. In Sector 2 of all places. Hard. This is a really hard circuit to be driving side by side with somebody. And Bastian and Alex are going to go at it again. This is a yellow flag in Sector 1. And that looks to be Zuchal exiting the pits very slowly. As Bastian's a bit of a wobble there, almost loses the car. Daryl and Brzezinski now fighting. I don't know what Max is doing here. And Bastian is out. And that is the safety car. So I think that saves everybody from Ronaldinho just having a massive, massive lead. And this actually screws Ronaldinho, if I'm honest. As Charlie and Matthew both into the pits. Mr. Callas also into the pits. Camel, what's he going to do? I'm assuming he's going to pit as well. He's already in the pits. Matei with a questionable pit entry. He's also into the pits at 10 miles an hour. He's trying to build up a gap for Alex Theodore. Alex going literally 5 miles an hour into these pits. Great man. Now, where does Ronaldinho come out in relation to the field? He'll get past a few of them, but that's a bit of a disaster for him. He's going to come out now P4 after leading this race. So a stroke of good fortune for the top three as they all move up a position. Let's see where the rest of the grid come out now. Fat Ronaldo has been given a saving grace. Yes, they'll be in the low 50s. So Fat Ronaldo's been given a bit of a saving grace. As Brzezinski's retired in the pits, he's obviously just not felt it today. Which is understandable when you've put the wrong tyres on to start off with. As I think Bastian did something. He did something stupid. Well, I don't know. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. He just gave the Charles Leclerc gift, so we will investigate that. I still can't believe Zhao and myself ruined a 1-2. This game ruined it. I'm cursed in Singapore. Yeah. Andrei Feshchenko, Mr. Karas got got a drive-through penalty for something. What the safety car? How'd you get a drive-through? Mm-hmm. Oh, so he got a penalty. He got a drive-through because he did negative delta entering the pits. It's a glitch in the game. That is stupid. Keep it going. Keep it going. As we enter a bit of a lull. Apparently Yeast used some colourful language. I'm interested to... Yeast versus Armin again. Oh, he actually wrote in Spanish. Este hombre estúpido de se concorda como si no existe y estrella mi auto contra la pared. Terminado mi carrera. Yes, my Spanish accent is very good. I have no idea, I don't speak Spanish. Estoy cansado de que este hombre con problemas y no le importa nada, nadie más que este su alrededor. Translation, ignores my car and puts me into a wall. Anyway, safety car in this lap as Charlie Gordon will lead us on the way. Connor Hawkinen commenting in the chat, yeah, this guy doesn't race at the Ero because he doesn't turn up when he declares his attendance. Yeast, some great Spanish there. I'm sure somebody will clip it later on and take the piss. As you guys normally do. Anyway, Charlie's gone. Or is he not? No, he's not, sorry. Here's me selling the dummy and poor Daryl. Still not gone. And someone's into the pits. Oh, Karas is into the pits to serve his drive. I don't know if he can serve it now, though. And we are away under racing. Lap 16 of 31. Karas into the pits. Does he? I hope he's able to serve it. Otherwise, he's just going to retire. Yeah. He is serving it. That's okay. We're away and racing here, and Matthew has stayed with Charlie. Oh, Matthew's gone! Nope. No, just the game desynching. That's all. Okay. Whatever. Whatever there. I just literally seen him go into a wall on my screen. So everyone very close to one another here. Everyone within DRS basically. And Fat Ronaldo up to P5, Callum up to P7, Matei dropping down a few positions down to P8. And he's got Axel Foley right on the back of him as well. Zuchol on the back of Axel. And Ronaldinho is quietly out of DRS here of Matthew Heaney, so he's going to be very vulnerable to everyone behind. And apparently there's a bit of chaos in F4 happening here. As Callum and Darrell now fighting, as Callum gets up to P6 on the recovery drive from him. I think Darrell, I'd say, living up to his name as one of the premier terrorists in Ero. But it's Charlie Gordon's world at the moment. Everyone else is just living in it. Matthew Heaney outside of DRS as well. Ronaldinho closing in. Alex and Axel fighting. They both call Alex, but you know, Axel Axel Foley's been in Ero for a long time. He's a good lad. One of my favourite Greeks in Ero. Where is bloody Chris Pat? He was meant to be racing in this tier. That was me. Chris Pat's another premier terrorist, and you know, he seems to have gone AWOL. So Mr. Karras, unfortunately due to that drive-through, is all the way down to P12. He was in P4 at one point, or P3. I think he was in P3. Our goated standings editor though, Kamil Blizikinski. Every Polish person in the Euro is a Kinski. As Matthew Heaney is gone for real this time, all the way down to P8. Is it P9? That's a disaster for him. He was up to P2 at one point, fighting for the win. And Ronaldinho back into P2 even after that unfortunately timed safety car. Camel right on the back of his Polish compatriot. As they're going through turn 5 here. Daryl's gone! Oh, you're on the pits. Oh, okay. Ah, yes. Okay. Zuchol and Axel fighting for P8 though on the track at the moment. So it's a Poland. Poland is dominating the top 4 here. Absolute Polish domination. Polska Górą as Matthew Heaney has, I don't know where he's lost the car. He's lost that in the exit turn when he must have just retired in the pits or something. No, he's not retired in the pits. I know where he's lost the car there. In turn 7? I've never heard that. That's like where George Russell lost the bloody car a few years ago, wasn't it? Right, well, Camel now closing in on Camel. Camel on Camel violence here. And Callum, I suppose it's probably the English version of Camel, for argument's sake, is also closing in. And then we got Mateus or Fat Ronaldo in P5. So the top 2 to 5 are very close. And Fat Ronaldo. Well, that was what you think would be happening, wouldn't it? And there's a bit of a DRS train just forming here now. Ronaldinho losing a lot of pace to Charlie Gordon. Charlie just being rapid here. And not a very solid drive from him. I'm still confused to why Max Brzezinski did not set a qualifying lap and then just decided like not to race today, basically. Very, very poor showing from him. Penalise him for his skill issue, his life issue. Callum closing in on Camille now. I need to be more assertive of who's who. They're really cutting the corner in turn 5. Yeah, I pinged him and said you're in trouble. But for how long is the question? Camille on the fresher tires. Everyone on the hards now. No one should be changing tires towards the end of this race. And to the final third that we are. Charlie Gordon in a world of his own now with an over 1.5 second gap to the drivers behind. He's on easy street. I think the top 3 is pretty set in stone at this point unless something dramatic happens. What order they finish in is up for debate, but as it stands at the moment, nothing else is really going to change all that much. I still can't believe Zuchal won an F5. The curse continues, the Zuchal curse continues, where he keeps winning races that everybody else shouldn't. Yeah. And now Callum closing in on Ronaldinho here. He's gaining into turn 7. He's not going to make a move here, but he did gain quite a lot there with the assisted DRS as they go through 8 now. And Fat Ronaldo is closing in on Camel. So at this point now, it's Camel's a big wobble there, or maybe just desync again in the game. But at this point now, it's all about who can actually just deal with the tyre wear, as Fat Ronaldo does come into contact with the rear left tyre of Camille. And that's allowed Matei to slip back in under the radar. Matei's actually provisionally P4 at the moment, would you believe? Because he doesn't have a penalty. If Matei gets P4, it's going to be actually bonkers. He doesn't need to do anything to get this P4. He just literally needs to keep with these two. That's all he has to do. He doesn't even have to overtake them. No, that's Ronaldinho. Sorry. Ronaldinho's in P2. Fat Ronaldo is Matty MK. I know, it's hard. T-Rex isn't even racing this season. T-Rex's one was quite easy ago. Speaking of which, though, Ronaldinho has been overtaken, as you said. And Fat Ronaldo and Matei is fighting. Needs to be very close to each other here. Putting on quite a show for us with a beautiful helicopter cam. That's the only thing I hope in the next game, is that you can change the camera angles when you're spectating. Like if you want to do a helicopter cam or whatever, not just the same set camera angle all the time. I think then you could do so much more with commentary. Zuchal and Axel fighting further down the field. Now nearly 2 seconds separating P1 and P2. Ronaldinho is starting to lose a bit of pace with Callum. So Callum obviously managing those tyres a bit better than his Polish opponent in the Red Bull. And Fat Ronaldo is right on the gearbox here of Camille. not using any battery because he's trying to recharge. And he might even get Camel here if he gets a better exit out of the final corner. He's gaining and gaining here. He's not using any battery there yet again. Side by side they go into turn 1. Mateus backs out of it. Into 3 they go. And it's going to be a drag race, is right. And Matei might even get the double overtake done here. He's going to be the one to watch because he's going to have a double slipstream. 2 cars punching a hole in the air for him. And here he comes as Fat Ronaldo and Camel fighting further down the field into turn 7. Camel goes off the track. He's going to be overtaken by Matei. And as I said, Matei doesn't really need to do anything here to get these positions. He just has to finish the race, essentially. And we've only got 10 drivers left here. Zuchal and Axel fighting. These two are putting on quite the show in an unusual part of the track. Oh! As Axel, with a cheeky move there, just backs out of it, though. Yeah, that was very cheeky. Overtaking in Sector 2 of Singapore, you've got to have balls. Ronaldinho now trying to catch up with Callum. As Callum has made his way back up to P2. This is yellow flag, and Mr. Karas Andre. His races went bad to worse since getting that drive through. Well, Callum needs to get a move on here, but he is gaining, and he's actually towing Ronaldinho along with him. He's gaining, but not all that much. It's just under 2 seconds now. Yeah, he's losing time, actually. He's still losing time. Plenty of racing left in this round 6. Now 3. Matei now closing in on Fat Ronaldo. 4P4 on the track. Further up the field, Ronaldinho has gained massively here on Callum. And he's going to have DRS here. He's going to have 2 big helpings over the next sector. Indeed. Now, are we going to see a move into turn 7? We are not. And this just suits Charlie Gordon right down to the brim here, to the ground. It suits him. He can just cleanly get away here. Now the gap is over 2.25 seconds. He can just ride off into the sunset as these two cowboys start fighting with one another. As Ronaldinho with a bit of a moment there going through the middle sector, and that's going to cost him a bit more time. Is he going to have DRS? He's not. Interesting. He is going to get DRS this time. They're going down the start finish straight, as you just said, Daryl. And Matei just happily sitting behind Ronaldo here. Or is he? Oh, he's going for it. Well, he backed out of it last second for some reason. And yet again, the gap between first and second, just over 2 seconds. And Ronaldinho not really... As Matei makes the move on Mateus, and he's up to P4. Axel and Zuchal fighting yet again. Some more ambitious dives into turn 7 by those two. Ronaldinho still sticking with Callum, just about staying within DRS here. Such a tricky corner to get the perfect exit on. Don't want to go too wide because you miss the apex and then you just don't get a good exit at all. You don't have enough track to make up for it. Don't want to be too narrow because you'll hit the curb and lose control of the car and slightly bottom out. Very tricky to brake a bit earlier than what the game says there. Alex and Ronaldo fighting. Camel in the background. Camel in P7 at the moment. So it really is all happening. As we enter into the last 5 laps of this race. With Charlie Gordon leading the way. He's led the way the last 10 laps or so. It's some solid driving by him. It must be said. Ronaldinho is losing a bit more pace every lap. I think Callum is managing the tyres the best out of anybody at the moment, but he's just too far back. And not a whole lot now happening on the track as everything just begins to settle down. And that's nothing new. This guy annoys me. Sparrow and Raj putting on a show there in F4 as they do every Friday evening. And Ronaldinho down closer than ever. Doesn't have the battery advantage, but he does have DRS, so he's just got a handful of laps to go now. Yeah, that was a lovely turn 3 by him. He's losing a bit of time though. Goes a tiny bit wider there and you'd like to... Oh, he has a big wobble. This is quite an impressive showing by Matei, I must say. He started last, he's going to finish P4 as long as something stupid happens. Zuchal pitting for the soft tyres for the fastest lap of the race. Looking to steal something. Bjorn P5 as well. And F5. So yeah, like 2/3 of the grid basically with penalties. Pretty nuts here. And the main battle now is the battle for P2. Everything else is really irrelevant. I think Charlie Gordon's won this race. He just has to keep it on the track. And Callum just has so much more battery, though, than Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho with the DRS, though, yeah, exactly, that's what it is. Closing into turn 1 here, just runs out of track. Tyre dig beginning to play a big part too. DRS wide open. He's gaining quite a lot here now. He needs to just keep with the Englishman here. There's a big wobble there. That's going to cost him a lot of time. most definitely. And now almost out of DRS range as well. Ronaldinho was lucky there to recover from that little wobble he had into turn 9, I think it was. I think that's all she wrote for this race, folks. Unless something big changes here, which doesn't look like it will, this will be your finishing order. As we enter into the penultimate lap of this race, which, in terms of a Singapore Grand Prix in Ero, this has actually been quite quiet. I know a lot of drivers have DNF'd, but this has been quite the uneventful race, I must say. Normally... don't talk to me. And then Charlie coming along here. Victory lap, basically. Last lap will be nothing more than a glorified in-lap for him. He's 2 seconds clear of Callum, and Callum is 2 seconds clear of Camille. Madej in P4, riding there slowly along, doing nothing really too crazy. It's been very solid all day. I have to give him credit where credit's due. And these three very close to each other all race long. Alex, Matthias, and Camille. Yeah, I'm up at 7. I'm up at 7 o'clock as well tomorrow morning. No rest for the wicked. I can smell my beer though. I'm going to open the fridge after this race. Yeah. These three very close to each other, but they're all relatively clean as well. Well, Alex is questionable at times, but... Yep, he is. Fat Ronaldo going for it. Fat Ronaldo scoring. Now it's down to Camille. Unable to do so as well. And I think if you're the top 3 drivers here, I think they all think they can win this tier now. As we're approaching the halfway point of the season, I think Camille, Callum and Charlie all think they have a good chance of winning this tier. And oh, speaking of which, so Alex Theodore with a dive down the inside. And he gets the move done as well. Interesting enough here. And they're going to drag race all the way down. And then the Alpine of Matthias on the inside. Great to watch. Camel's got a great seat to watch this fight. Charlie Gordon will cross the line in P1. Calamaros will finish in P2. Ronaldinho will finish in P3 with Matej in P4. Great racing from them, but we're still going to keep with these guys here, as this is going to go all the way to the line. And Mateus will finish in P5. After all that, Campbell, yeah, goes to 6th. Alex down to 7th. Axel Foley crosses in P8, but he gets 7 because of Alex's penalties. We're just waiting for Andre and Bartholomew. Interesting stuff there. As Andre got raked by the drive-through penalty. Right, and that's another night in F3 done. Another Friday night in the Ero done and dusted. F2 is live tomorrow evening. I think Bastian is joining me in the commentary booth. And then F1 afterwards. Depending on how many drivers I might race or commentate. So, provisionally, Charlie Gordon in P1, Callum Morrison in P2, Ronaldinho in P3. That's your podium. Matei, of all people, in P4. And then Mateus in P5, Camel in P6, Axel in P7, Alex in P8, Mr. Karas in P9, Andrei Feschenko, Zuchal in P10, and then the rest of the grid just didn't finish. Matthew, Daryl, Max, Bastian, Macaulay, and Armin Osama bin Laden Lewandowski. F2 tomorrow night at 6:30. If we don't see you, have a lovely weekend, everybody. Good night.